Hey, what's up? My hair's a mess. I just woke up. Anyways, I figured I was gonna start like making some talk videos and stuff since I seem to write on and on about stuff. So I figured I'd just like start making some talk videos because I mean, might as well, Like, anyways, my hair's like destroyed, but whatever. Anyways, I'm just gonna like talk about mentality for however long. Like, there's a lot of people in the world, and there's so many ways to get like into like things that are just getting in the way of your own success, or like things you want to do, or your own health, or like learning about like real life things that you need to know that maybe you didn't know and you just totally missed them. Because there's like just so much information out there, and it's if you're like put in a situation like like self-defense, you know what I mean, like it's some people don't learn it, or maybe they are not in the best physical shape or whatever, but there are things you can learn that it, but if you don't practice them, then it's just kind of like then you can learn something, but it's just like practicing it's another thing. But anyway, mentality is like, you know, the, I think that when it comes to someone doing something that they want to do in life or whatever, it's like things can get in the way. You know what I mean? Like things can, like people can tell you something about you, or maybe you were made fun of, or like whatever, just the way you think of yourself. You know what I mean? Just like, and people, there's a lot of people out there that even they might even be like this good person, right? Like everyone thinks they're this good person, and they seem like they're good, and they say things that will make them seem like this good person, or you know what I mean, like a decent person, like a person that like understands things about other people, and they, you know, anyways, there's some people out there that they might portray themselves like that, but they're really not. You know what I mean? Like they're just assholes. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes they're just kind of evil, or they're just crazy. They're just crazy, and one might even say they're mentally ill. You know what I mean? And so there's just so many different people out there, and some of these people that you got to look at like the things they do. You know what I mean? Like, see it for what it is. If a person's helping other people, but they don't help their own kid, who maybe like has mental illness or something, if they're not like there for their kid, then that's an obvious sign that, I mean, the person's probably just got it twisted, you know. But anyways, like mentality, like people can tell you things, or like the opposite sex can tell you things, or maybe you got a way of people that how society looks at people, and how they have these standards for like you, like how you look, and your hair, and everything about you is just like so like judged, and you know and it seems like everyone wants that model person, like just like that perfect body, the perfect face. And maybe not everyone, and some people, there are people that understand a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, and maybe you already understand it all. But it's just like you can't, like, just if someone ever tells you like something like that brings you down or something, is, or like tells you something that's hurtful or whatever, and it messed you up for a while. It's just like you can't believe in that crap, man. And all this stuff, like how you think of yourself is like a really important thing, because that's what's gonna make you get the ability to actually start doing things that you want to do in life or whatever. And so it's just like that's part of like the mentality is like you can build up like mental barriers to things. You know, whatever the problem that you're having is, and maybe you don't even care, like you don't even want to, you're just like, I don't even, you don't even pay attention to shit. But it's like, like mental barriers, man. Like, if you got a mental barrier where you don't care about something, it's like, dude, it's like, come on, man. It's like, and then there's just like some people that are so dark. If you know it, that the, I guess it's slang or what, I don't know. It's like when a person's dark, they just like don't care, and like they can get kind of, like it can get kind of, where the point where they're like, like they're maintaining this person who's like tough or smart or whatever is like their thing that like they strive for in their ego, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot of the time that people get on this defense, like they're just so defense, like they got this defense in their mind, or it's just. So, anyways, it's just like, there's just so many things that can go on in your head, and a person can believe in something, and it's just like mental barriers. I mean, even believing in something good can be a mental barrier, like praying to God. It's just, like, it's not that I don't believe in God, or, I don't hate God or anything, but it's like, it's just like, it just really, and it's so stupid because you start saying stuff like this to someone that, maybe a Christian or something, and they get all like defensive, and they get into like this robot, like, I'm gonna pray for you, and then it's so weird because like I'll have these, and maybe it's because I come from a different background, but I have these moments where it's like I know certain people are praying for me, or like when I talk to them about religion or whatever, it's like I'll have this moment where I I'm just sitting here, or I'll have these days where I'm like, it's like I'm striving to believe in God, and go on full on to Christianity and to going to church and stuff, and it's like, why is this happening? Because it's coming from someone else, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of strange that how that works, and it's it's like that the whole thing is just kind of a confidence thing, whether or not it's there or not, it's like it just kind of believing in something, so like that can just help you with your confidence and stuff, and some other things too, and then see the thing about it, that like groups of people and stuff and all that, is people might not realize it, but a lot of the reason why people are a part of something is because they don't, without that they wouldn't really have anything else. Okay, so in they get connected to these people and everything, and it's stupid because it's like, it's so dumb. It's like you need a place of to like connect to these people, and then it's like, oh, we have everything, we have things in common, and oh, we I connect to you, you're my friend, and it's just like so stupid. And I don't know, it's just kind of, I mean, I don't mean to say it like that, but it's just like, yeah, that's why people become a part of things, is because they don't, they don't have anything else, they don't have anything big. And I can really, sometimes when I'm talking or writing, I can really sound like an asshole, so I don't really try to do that, because I don't like to like condescend anyone, or make anyone feel bad or anything, or like, like start thinking about themselves, and they're like, oh, and get depressed or something, it's like, because yeah, man, everyone's worth something, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like people are just, everyone's just worthless, or any single person is worthless. I mean, no matter what they've done, I mean, as far as like murder goes, that's a, I don't know, man. What something I was thinking was like, it's like I might not judge you and you might be equal to me. Doesn't mean I'm gonna let you in my house. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that the here in the US, it's like doesn't mean the court system won't judge you. You know what I mean? So that's so our actions and stuff, like, you can get influenced by music and movies and things people tell you and conversations you have with other people, right? But a lot of these people run around like they're not experts. They're not experts, okay? And some people, they do have a lot of expertise in certain areas and stuff, but it's like, when you're talking to someone, think about like where, like, what's their education, and sometimes you can get a pretty good education without even going to college, or whatever. But it's like, what's your education? Like, what, like, how, why? And then, some people, I started to think about it, and I'm like, why am I listening to someone that doesn't really have much of an education, and they're not really educated on like philosophy, and different things, and it's just like, and then it just kind of makes them, and I don't want to be an asshole, but it just kind of makes them what they're telling me in my life and stuff, even if it's positive things, makes it obsolete. And it's just like, I don't really see you as a really like educated person, and I don't really think you know what you're talking about, with certain people. And like me, like I haven't went to school. Like, okay, so I got my GED, but I haven't went to college, right? And I don't have like that kind of education. But I still, like, I read a lot of stuff on the internet. I watch a lot of videos. I read, well, I don't read too many books. I used to read a lot of books. But it seems like I become more like video oriented. But I do read on the internet, like articles or stuff, Wikipedia, which, you can't really trust everything on the internet. So I try not to, like, whenever I read something on the internet, I'm like, okay, and just kind of take it with a grain of salt or whatever. But but yeah, back to mentality, I guess. It's like, so, there's just all these certain things that can get in your way of actually thinking. You know what I mean? Like, or actually achieving and actually putting your mind towards something, and just like ignoring everything else that's getting in your way. There might be a good person in your life, and they're good for you, and they have been good for you, and you served them as a purpose, and vice versa. But when it comes down to it, some of those people, they're good people and everything, but this they just kind of get in the way. You know what I mean? Because like, I have people that, like, and I get kind of confused in what is actually going on in my head, because everything I think about and everything that I try to put in my perspective and make real is, it's like I understand what's happening in my head at the time, so I'm not so susceptible to just totally being negative and believing in something that's not real. Even though it might be going on in my head, it's just like, I know that it's not real, and it's just me thinking, But anyways, it can get kind of crazy in my head, and I've had a lot of conversations with people and whatever, and a lot of people are kind of just crazy, or just trying to do the right thing, crazy and trying to do the right thing. I don't know. There's a lot of different people, and there's a lot of people that they are seeing things clear, and there's just so many different people. But the mentality thing is really, if you can get the mentality to do something, and push past everything that sometimes it's a matter of just pushing past everything and understand, and maybe getting out of your comfort zone, and doing some of the things, and something that I've done before is, might sound crazy, but something that you do every day in your daily routine, right? Like, maybe you put the remote in a certain place, or you do something like, put your coat in a certain place, or something like that. Like, this sounds crazy, but I think a lot of people are just insane, and they're not, you know, and maybe they don't want a different result, right? So they give in to insanity without even knowing it. So they're doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result, right? And that's a good thing because they survive. They survive. They get what they need, and everything's good, right? Because they get everything. But in a way, that's kind of it, like good insanity, because you're doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result, and it's a good result, so you're happy with the result. But it's kind of insane. And but like doing something different, just as simple as like in your daily routine, like putting the remote in a different place, or putting something in a different place, or watching a different channel or something. And it's funny because sometimes whenever I listen to certain music, or watch something on TV, particularly something that I wouldn't normally watch, it's like my brain won't, like, it's drawn away from it. And then this is just because I don't have an interest. But it's like sometimes I try to watch those things, or put up with the music, just because I feel like, why is my mind doing this though? Why, and maybe it's just because I'm not interested, and it's that simple, but it's really not that simple. So I'm like, I try to endure it and be like, you know, and it's almost like my brain isn't accepting of the thing. Like, it's not accepting of the music or whatever. So why is my brain not accepting it? Why am I unaccepting of this? And why am I thinking like this? Because I don't want to think like that. Like, I want to be accepting of things. So anyways, mentality, yeah, like, there's just so many things going on, and it's just, you just gotta push through it all, man. Just no matter what. And, like, for me, like, I'll just say it, like I've been homeless before, man. I've been homeless, but now I have my own place, and I've been living pretty good on my own, and you know, might not have a Ferrari or anything like that, but it's better than what it could be. And so it's just like, you know that's kind of all I got for this video. I was just gonna make more videos, talk videos, because a lot of people are doing that nowadays on YouTube, and I just figured maybe I'd try to get a piece of action and see if people would respond or like me, or maybe something like that. If not, then whatever. I'll just just put them on there, and you know whatever. But maybe I should have combed my hair and stuff before I made this video. Anyways, that's kind of all I got. Have a good one.